how to properly appeal a YouTube guideline strike or whatever against your account that's encumbered your account, aka the Reply Girl hack. On your YouTube channel, if you're able to upload a video still, upload a video that's unlisted. The video has to contain the following. Whatever you would love to be able to tell them, type it up in a text file on your computer and read it while video recording your face. It's going to be an unlisted video. It's only going to be going to YouTube. And reply to them by reading it as a script. It's going to be in the description for your video. Make it match what you're saying. Don't add anything to it, except a reference to whatever video or whatever that is they're complaining about, and a copy, a full copy, cut and paste, of the complaint from the email and the complaint that you saw when you first opened your YouTube account when it was encumbered or or given a strike. Next, the title of the video and what you put in the box on the YouTube reply box. We're going to call it the Reply Girl area. Everybody's noticed that when you do an appeal to a guideline strike, it's an extremely short string. How the hell could that possibly work? First, they don't tell you what you did wrong, so you're guessing, maybe to incriminate yourself or acknowledge that you know you did something bad. And two, if you hit enter, if you type it up in a text file, even if it's small enough to fit but you hit enter in it, if you paste it in, it will send before it's finished sending the rest of it, because it takes that that line feed that you create when you hit enter, and it takes that as a message to send it. It's defaulted to send. Just like if you hit enter, it will immediately send the first sentence, and that's it. Why? Carriage return line feeds are also used by email servers. They're also used to force send when you used to be able to do a video reply to a YouTube video. That's a Reply Girl thing. And it's too short to put a real explanation in there. Kind of sounds familiar. Someone compared it to a Twitter tweet. So, how the hell could this... Oh, we're not supposed to post an explanation. We're supposed to post in the past, when you do a reply to a video, it was customary to put in the video URL or whatever, format that way. But the format it was in was it would include the title of your video and then the video URL. That was how the reply function actually worked if you looked at the HTML back a long time ago. Okay, so your YouTube video that you're going to upload, that's the appeal to guideline strike, will have the following title. This is the entire title. Do not add anything to it. Dear YouTube bot, please forward this to a human. That's it. And then when you fill in the box on the YouTube reply form, it's the same thing, followed by just a space, and the short version of the URL that's like http://youtu.be/ and then the thing. I'll include an example below in the video here. Why does this work? Email servers that are reasonably sophisticated have a reply function where they sound like a human. They say, we're sorry we couldn't deliver that, blah, 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 instead of error number 225 or whatever. The other thing they do is they also respond to these same error messages and also other wordings that are done in the language you're using, like English, French, or German. Yeah, they will respond to these messages. Dear bot, if you preface it with the name of the bot, and the bot YouTube uses, just like Google's bot is called Googlebot. YouTube's bot, its operating system is called YouTube bot. So, dear YouTube bot or dear Google bot, you can do either one, but I recommend YouTube on the YouTube page, and I'd recommend it in the email we're going to send. I'm going to tell you how to do that in a minute. Please forward this to a human. Please forward this is actually an internal command on many email systems. Now, this is me guessing. Don't take it as gospel or sacrilege. To a human is actually a response code within many systems where they say, I can't process this because it's using an algorithm. It's looking for you to type in, some really short legalese thing that's some magic incantation, which means don't shut down my channel. No lawyer will tell me it because none of them know what the hell it's supposed to be looking for. And I'm going to tell you how I found out about this really quickly. I was pasting in, or I was going to paste in the entire string of characters. I was on a slow connection, so it didn't go through. So I hit back button and then restart the process. It didn't qualify it as me sending an appeal. When I went to cut and paste again in this really short space, I noticed that a full-length URL for a YouTube video actually fit the entire screen space. Yeah, I noticed it looks like it's only supposed to have a video URL, like a reply using a YouTube video. And then I realized, wait a minute, I need to stop for a minute. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to look at the original email. So I looked in the other window, looked at the email, and wait a minute. View source. It said this was from the YouTube bot. Okay. Dear YouTube bot. Dear is actually smacks it upside the head and says this is a message to a human. YouTube bot. Oh, it's to me. I'm the YouTube bot. Please forward this. Oh, I have to forward a message because it's an internal forwarding function. If it's sophisticated enough, it'll do that. And then it says to a human. On many email systems, human equals console. It spits it on the screen of whoever's in the room. Now, this isn't obviously how it works, but this is the problem with it. Because it's going to redirect it, and it contains on the email and your message here a reference to what the hell you're talking about, it has to be forwarded to the correct department. But because it's been told to do this through the bot routine that's supposed to take your appeal and ignore it, the bot won't tolerate it. It sends it to a human. And all the human has is the standard thing, dear YouTube bot, please forward this to a human, and then a video URL with no other explanation, no title in it. But it qualifies as a reply girl comment because that's the name of your video. That's the only name you can put on it. And then the next sentence has to be, this is my appeal to a guideline strike concerning this video. At the title of your other video that you have a strike against, and its URL. And then you put in your explanation. And you have to say those things as best you can in the video. Now, this is what happens at that end. The person who spends all day sipping a soda, avoiding having to process any guideline strike appeals, now has to deal with one. And all he's got is a video with some guy talking. He's going to pause the video and look at the description. What is this about? Oh, okay, let me check on that. Oh, yeah, it's a completely fake DMCA takedown. Channel's restored. Within 15 minutes of me sending a video this way, I had my guideline strike fixed. Because I also did one more step. Okay, you ready for this? That same string down there, go to the email you got that says do not reply, hit reply anyway. Put it in at the top line so that it copies everything from the previous email. Now what this does is, in that instant, this creates a electronic paper trail back to the original complaint. And it includes, again, dear YouTube bot, please forward this to a human, and then the video URL, with no other explanations. But the whole thing in there has an explanation for it. You will get an error message back from the server, but instead of it from no reply, it says from support at Google or support at YouTube, depending on which one handles it. It'll throw up its hands and say, I'm not supposed to process that. But if you reply to that one, it will actually take your reply. And it already has the video URL and the please forward this to a human statement below. You can even swap that in for, at least that sentence, for the actual email. And you can say, no, forward this to a human, and then include below, this is concerning YouTube strike with this name on it. Reread. It looks like a bounce back from their own server, and it says, I given up, give me it to a human. Again, a human has to process it. If everybody does this, this is the warning, if everybody does this, YouTube is going to close this loophole. So my suggestion in your video is, at the end of it, and make it as short as you can, say, dear human, you wouldn't have to process this if YouTube didn't deliberately stack the deck against us content creators and prevent us from having an effective way to reply by you not letting us know what we're replying to. This may not work. I'm damn sure it shouldn't work for anybody. It's worked 3 times for me, and I've kept my channel this way. And I haven't talked about it because I don't know that it works. But if I deviate from this, it gets rejected. But when it rejects it, it gives me the reply button so I can go ahead and try again. This is the only one that worked, and it worked 3 times. It worked 3 times in 1 week. 3 strikes in a week, and I got away with keeping the other channel because someone didn't like me having one. No other reason. Your mileage will vary. I don't know if this will work. I'm going to suggest this to just one person who's being hammered this week. This is happening way too much this month. And maybe if YouTube has all of their employees have to look at nothing but replies that they were trying to avoid by ignoring us, maybe they'd acknowledge they need to stop being so unfair to people who are being flagged. Again, YouTube and Google don't actually process any of these things. It's done by their AI bot, and their AI bot doesn't give a damn. It looks for some sort of magic incantation or something. But this might work. This is the only one I know of. I haven't had to use it for a long time because the last time anybody did this to me, I sent all 3 of those people, yes, it was 3 different people, a PM telling them, I made sure that you can't flag me again. Because they can't. Because when a human sees it, they see someone violating DMCA takedowns, and how I see it lost his channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.